Why are these
Babe.
lights on?
Babe.
Not in this car.
Stop
2 minutes.
David,
I'm
Gordy
leaving.
won't leave me alone.
Did you brush your teeth?
Gordy,
Which one
what
are
are
you
you
supposed to
doing?
eat?
Mom, Dad's
on,
in the
guys.
toilet again.
Yeah,
Hey,
she's ready.
Farted.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh,
Gordy,
what's that
get
smell?
your
Clean
shoes.
your room.
Gordy, was that you?
Hey,
Babe.
David.
Bye-bye.
It's Mom.
Get.
Mom.
Good drive.
Another snack.
Oh,
Where'd everybody go?
I love you guys so much.
Babe, are you in the bathroom again?
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Herm's House. Welcome, everybody. I am Herm, your host, and my beautiful co-host, my wife, Christine.
Hi.
Say hi again.
Hello.
Okay, good. Today we are going to start this episode. I haven't told you because we were saving it for a surprise.
What?
It's not really a surprise.
You're
It's just,
surprising me with something?
well, no. It's just a,
I hate surprises,
no.
especially today.
What is today? That's the surprise. It's not a surprise. But we talked about it earlier. What's today? Very important day. Very somber day.
It explains why I feel this way.
No,
It's like the third day of my period.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it.
Okay, what is it?
I think many of us know, at least if you are a native Texan, as I am, and those of you watching on the YouTube channel
Ignore the
can see that some of us, me, are all Texas out because today is the 189th anniversary of the fall of the Alamo. 189 Texans, volunteers from all over the country came in to defend in San Antonio, Texas. That's Texas for you guys that don't speak Spanish. Defend the Alamo. Because, oh man, that was beautiful. If you knew how to do that song, the little violin thing, that was beautiful. Anywho,
I'm
it
playing
fell.
violin over here,
Yeah,
for those of you not watching on
thousands
YouTube.
of Mexicans, those dang Mexicans, jumped those walls and overrun the 189 Texans. To which later we, a couple days later, we ended up winning our independence, became the greatest state in the entire world. So, moment of silence for the fall of the Alamo. And that's it. Okay.
I was already bored.
No, stop. It is a great.
I know you've told me this story like twice today. It was like you told it to me, and then you told it to Gordy, and then you told it again just now.
And then I
And I
posted it.
will probably forget
I posted it on my.
by this afternoon
my
when you're telling
socials.
our team about it.
I will
So-
be telling our team because we are the Texas Rangers. Okay, technically we're just the Rangers, but from the Texas Rangers, where's our baseball team? That I am the coach of, manager, if you will. So it all comes full circle. Anyway, I love Texas. I'm from Texas. Can't wait to go back. So we're going to talk a little bit about our week this week. Why do you do that?
what face was it?
Jerk. That caca face, bro. So we're going to do a little bit about what we did this week. I volunteered because I'm that kind of dad that goes and just signs up for crap and I don't even know what I'm signing up for.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't read the emails.
I
Like,
don't read the instructions or
we
anything.
get an
I
email
said we need to sign up.
from a teacher
Mhm.
or from the league or from whatever it is that we're participating in.
Correct.
And he gets the email. He's like, sure, sign up.
Thumbs up.
Signs up. Doesn't know what he signs up for. Doesn't know what's involved. Doesn't know what we have to do.
Right.
So then when we get to the days, first off, we almost forgot he even signed up for this.
Another mom reminded us,
Mhm.
asked if we were doing it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I signed up for that.
Yeah,
did.
because it's Love of Reading Week. And so this one specifically is parents sign up to go read to their classrooms, right? So Gordy had his teacher sent out the email to
Yep.
sign up. And he's like, we're going to sign up for this. Great. This was like last week or the week before.
That was last week.
Yeah. And the mom reminded us and we're like, oh, shoot, did we miss it? And we're like, well, it's not in the calendar.
Right.
Why didn't you put it in the calendar?
And then I searched it and I put it for the wrong month.
Yeah.
February, not
Which-
March.
It would make sense. I thought Love of Reading Week usually is in February because it's
I have
like
no idea.
Dr. Seuss's birthday. It used to fall during the Valentine's Day week, around that time frame. So maybe it's different because it's a different school district, but that's what I remember from school.
Well, I disagree because, or about the school district thing, because I saw a lot of my friends on social media also doing it from other states.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I volunteered to read in front of a kindergarten class. I don't care about getting up in front of people. That's never been the thing, as a lot of you know. I'm a bit of an extrovert. I'm happy to go and read. But tell me why I got nervous in front of a bunch of 5-year-olds.
Yeah, he did. And it was funny because I was watching him. And
Kindergartners.
I worked with kids, like my early career was all in preschools and daycares and all that. So I know how to like read a book and show the pictures and go through it and do the whole animation, animative talking, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know, David got so nervous when he was like reading and was like reading super fast, was like
It was a kid's book.
not showing the pictures. So the kids are like trying to like see around, like they're hearing and they're laughing, but they want to see the pictures and they just don't know what's happening in the book because David's like not showing the pictures.
I read Stanley the Dog's First Day of School by Bobby Bones. Shout out to Bobby Bones. Love that guy. The first couple pages, that's what I did. Like 1 and 2. Because I would read the page and then I turned it around. And then I would read
No,
the
you
page
didn't.
and then I turned it around. Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
And then, do you have recording? I didn't think so.
You want me
No.
to pull it up?
Yeah. because you
I'll
don't have-
I'll pull up the pictures I took because
Okay, pictures don't count, bruh.
You didn't.
Anyway,
Because if I was a kid, I was like, we've read the book before because it's Gordy's book we brought from home. But I was like, I couldn't see the pictures. I don't remember what happened. And so we were looking and I was like,
what happened?
I couldn't even tell. I felt bad
was
for
so
those poor little
captivating.
kids. They
Get out of here.
Because kindergartners are like
I did the
visual.
voices.
You did do some of the voices, really
A lot of
cute.
voices.
Yeah. But you could tell you were nervous.
The little cat Pearl. I did the little high voice for her.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did the voices great. And the kids laughed when Coolio Drulio.
Julio
They
Drulio.
thought the dog, they said, oh, here, Coolio Drulio. The kids thought that was hilarious
Yeah.
every time he said it. So, I don't think the kids knew.
It was also weird because when I finished, the teacher was just like, all right. And I'm like, not like, okay, thank you
No
to
clapping.
Gordy's dad.
Thank
or
you. No.
And then
She kind of just left us there. We're like, I wanted to clap and I was like, no, we're not clapping.
I even said like the end.
And she didn't even say like, okay, thank you so much for coming in.
Nothing.
Like she's like, moving on, and just went straight into like teaching them something
The
else. We're
lesson.
like, okay, bye, Gordy. Okay, we're leaving.
Love you, kid.
Yeah,
Bye.
it was very awkward.
Goodbye, children.
Very-
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like that could have been a structure a little bit. And it was a sign up. I didn't just show up voluntarily, like just randomly.
But there wasn't any direction on it,
None.
or like how it was gonna go.
Correct.
And yeah, I don't know. It was kind of weird.
I mean, I would do it again.
Yeah, it was fun. I was like,
I would definitely turn the book around. this time.
I was very nervous too. I was like, didn't know if we should both go up there and read.
No.
You read a page, I read a page. I just didn't know how that was gonna work. So then I was like, I'm
Because
just
then
gonna
we
sit
could
to
have both
this.
held it open, and the kids could have seen all the pages the whole
Well, but
time.
this was the first time we've done this.
It's true.
We didn't
It
have
is
the
true.
opportunity to do this for the other kids. Sorry, kids. But
Because we had to work, bro.
I know. So
Our
now we're
first
being
generals.
awkward first-time parents with Gordy with things.
With our fifth child.
With our fifth child. There's things that we're doing with Gordy that we
Never
didn't
got.
get to do with the other kids, and now we're like, how did this work?
Right.
So yeah, that was I think it's funny because I see the kids and getting to read the stories. I used to love to read growing up. I
Same.
did. I would like read the little chapter books. I
Did you
remember-
guys do the accelerated reader program here, where you got points for taking tests on the books, and then you could like trade those points, almost like a Peter Piper type of thing. You can trade those points in for gifts, or I might be misquoting what
Well,
we used to do.
we had something called Book It.
No, we had Book It as well. No, that where you got your pizza.
Yeah.
No,
You get a little
that, I'm
personal
pretty sure that
pizza.
was nationwide because they were partnered with pizza.
Yeah, that was
Um,
great.
I-
How many times did I get a Book It though, and how many times did we go to Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
Not very often.
73 pizzas, and you got to cash in probably 2 of them,
Yeah,
3.
yeah, because I got a bunch because I really wanted like the pizza. I wanted the Book It.
Because we never actually went to Pizza Hut, in
Right.
fairness. We was just called.
Oh, really? We
ordered.
would go, but
It was rare.
yeah.
I remember, so we used to, Monty and Patty, you've at least spoken
yeah.
with them.
They're like
They're like
your
our
adopted.
grandparents that we've met when I was, a child. Anytime they would come back into town or they would drive through Odessa, that's always where we would go to meet them for dinner or whatever. And we'd drive out there and always just sit down, and they would order a pizza. And, how's school? How's everything? We were just like, oh, we get to go to Pizza Hut, sit down and get some pizza. So that was always, that's a fun memory. But I do remember anytime we would go, I would totally forget my Book It,
Yeah.
coupon thing. But no, the accelerated reader program, I remember, at least in Odessa, growing up, you go check out a book, you read it, and it went all the way through middle school. you read it, and then you go to the library where they had all the computers because they didn't check out computers. I don't know if kids know that.
Well, back then you back in your day probably
Yeah.
had those giant computers with the floppy disks.
Yes.
Still playing Oregon Trail.
I never played Oregon Trail.
Do you have tests on those computers? Could you test on those computers back then? Back in the day?
Bro.
You have your little Scantron?
No, we definitely had Scantrons, but not for the AR program. No. Yes, you could go take the upload. I'm sure it was an uploaded test already on the floppy disk. I don't know. But you would tell the librarian.
Should go grab the floppy that goes with that book.
No, I don't think so. I think it was if you just tell the librarian, and you would like put in the code of the book, whatever, and then you would take the test, and if you pass the test, you would get this book is 150 pages and it's worth 7 points. And if you read like the freaking Harry Potters, those were worth like 10 to 15 points, and so on and so forth. Me, I was with the books that were worth like 2 to 3 points because I'd fly through them.
What were the books like? What did you like read as far as books go back then?
It was kind of like, and I don't remember it was a like a set of books,
Right?
But it was like
Because those were like fire back in the day.
Correct.
Like the sets.
There was a girl one. It was a girls one. It was like a girls club, something like that.
Babysitter's Club? Uh-huh.
But it was one for boys.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember what it was called.
They like solve mysteries and stuff.
No, I mean no. You're talking like the Mystery Boys. No.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Okay.
These were more like sports.
Okay.
Soccer, baseball. The one that I remember vividly is this new kid moved into this neighborhood, and the neighborhood kids are playing outside in the street, and the kid says, "Yeah, I'm going to play Little League," and they're like, "Oh, you're going to play Little League? Like, you're going to be so cool when you play Little League." They're like, what position do you play? He's like, "Well, I'm a pitcher." "Oh yeah, why don't you throw a few?" And then he was like, "All right, cool." And then he like walked out the steps, which is like 35 feet for Little League. And, he went to like the internal voice of the kid who was watching the new kid. He was like, "All right, so he has the distance right. Maybe this kid's legit." And I was just thinking, and I always think of it anytime because I coach Little League now, and I'm always thinking of like, maybe this kid's legit, And it's just, but yeah, we used to do the AR. You would get points.
Well, were those books part of that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I would only check out books that I'm not going to waste my time to regular read.
Well, because so I would regular read. But so
Okay.
I would regular read. It's funny because if you told me I had to read, I wouldn't read, right? Because
Okay.
we would have the reading logs that you'd have to fill out. Like, I read 30 minutes. I wouldn't do that. And I would,
You'd fill out the log.
I'd fill out the log
course.
100%, and I'd sign it like my mom. She'd have me sign it. But anyways,
She had you sign it. That's a
right.
big difference.
Because my book series that I loved to read back then when I was younger is called The Bailey School Kids. And The Bailey School Kids is pretty funny because a lot of it is like, my teacher's a vampire, or the PE teacher is a werewolf. Like,
I read a ton of Goosebumps too.
I didn't read the Goosebumps.
Yeah, because you were scared.
I was scared. So these ones was like, I could ride on the edge of danger.
Oh.
Scary.
The edge of danger.
But it wasn't too scary.
Too scary to get
No.
into Goosebumps.
No, yeah, my teacher is a vampire. But they were really interesting. I don't know why I love, and they had so many, and I started trying to collect as many as I could. Like, I'd go to the book fair. I loved the book fair.
I get money for the book fair.
No, not all the time, not every time. Every once in a while, I'd go and be able to get a book at the book fair.
Uh-huh.
Like, my Nana Tata would come and like get us a book.
Oh, I had grandparents. Sick flexes over here. Poppy, go ahead.
Wait. Well, that's why you go with Gordy to this book fair.
All the time.
Yes.
Every book fair.
Yeah.
It's getting annoying,
No, it's
to be honest.
either way. I would get those books, and I had a big collection of them. I think Selena still has them in her library.
I mean, probably.
I hope she does.
Yeah.
They were really good. I really enjoyed them.
She has a decent sized library.
She does.
It's
She
pretty.
does.
I mean, it ain't freaking Beauty and the Beast, but it's.
But still, it's pretty cool. And I just got her that. I got her it's a book clamp, a seal. You get to seal.
Yeah,
It's so
stamp the books. And she wrote a book.
And she did write a book.
She wrote a little kid's Echo. Is that what it's called?
Little Echo.
Little Echo.
Yes.
That's a cute book. God, we should have took that book.
No, we should have took that book.
Oh man, maybe next time. Maybe next time.
But anyways, back to the reading.
Yeah.
So I would do the reading logs, but telling me to read, I wouldn't read. If there's a book, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
So it was like that fine line, and I would do those reading logs. And so now with Gordy, I'm like, he has to read a little passage
Oh my God, he hates
every
it.
day. Well, the thing is I think he's getting better at it. So now he just speed reads it,
Right.
which is pretty crazy how fast he can read right now. Going from
Again, he's 5.
going from like trying to sound words out to
Yeah.
like reading quickly, and he just goes through it. Like, it amazes me how fast
But
he
every
picked it
day he's picking up new things. Like he hit me with the for real, for real.
up.
Yesterday, he's like, Dad, like for real, for real. I'm like, did you just? What are you talking about?
He's just everything is just absorbing so
I
fast.
know.
But he's so smart.
And then
The thing
whenever you
is,
cuss, he says, "Mommy, don't say that."
yes, but he's so fast right in his homework, but he hates doing his homework. But
Absolutely.
if he would just do it, he just do it, and he gets it done so fast. I'm like, Gordy, you're so smart. If you just finish it, look at it, you just get it done. And he's like, nah, I'm good. He goes, nah, bro.
I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
Out of all 5 of your children,
Mm-hmm.
name one. Just pick one
Mm-hmm.
that has consistently done and turned in their schoolwork.
Consistently,
Mhm.
no. The
No.
best at it is probably Cruiser. He doesn't complain about it. Cruiser, it's like, go do your homework. He just goes and gets it done.
Yeah, but then you look at, hey, what's up with this grade? And it's like, oh, I turned it in.
Yeah. I think he forgets to
But
do
all
it.
5 of them, you're like, bro, just turn in your work. And the worst is when they did it.
Yeah.
And then they didn't turn it in.
And he's like, it's right here. I just didn't upload it. And now
Right.
they just upload it.
I know.
How? Just push the button
Push button.
to upload.
You don't even have to actually like handwrite
No,
anything.
you don't have to handwrite it. You have to. It doesn't. Your name's already automatically on it. So, you forgot to put your name on it. The teacher lost it.
Yeah.
No, you just hit upload, and they don't. They can't. It's been the most frustrating, I think, from each kid.
All of them.
Each kid, because it started with Noah,
Right.
and then Layla, like, she's our scholar, so she cares more about it. But then she like goes into her little
She got her daddy's procrastination.
yeah, and then she waits till last minute and she freaks
Well, the
out.
problem is because like I was really good in school. And I mean, honestly, I probably should have, gone to college and all those things instead of the military, but such is life. It's just that it was like so simple that I knew, even into college, whenever I did start and get my bachelor's degree in science stuff, um, I knew I could wait to the last minute, and I would put it off and put it off and put it off, and even waiting to the last minute and rushing everything, I'd get a B.
But you turn it in.
Oh, of course.
You turn it in.
Well, I was an adult.
But I'm saying
in
even in
college.
high school,
Nah, I think I did.
you had a lot of missing.
Oh, yeah.
This is you're the reason.
Well, I didn't make money on over, Cristiano.
You're the reason. It's nurture versus nature.
Hi,
You're the reason.
it's me.
I did procrastinate.
I'm the problem.
I
me.
did procrastinate a lot, but I turned in my work. That was the one thing I made sure to
Mhm.
turn it. Every once in a while, I'd forget or miss or do something, but it was very rare.
Yeah, well, you were a nerd. You also told on a girl that wanted to fight you, and y'all
I didn't.
went to mediation. You freaked
That
out.
was a previous episode. That was so last week. Let's move on.
People don't forget.
We're talking about our kids.
People don't forget.
But I think too, it's like, okay, then they're like, well, I did turn it in. It's just my teacher. They just haven't graded yet.
Oh no, it's guaranteed.
Yeah.
That is guaranteed. Because now Power School,
Mm-hmm.
which let's not even get into the apps. Let's not get into the 73 apps that check this app to communicate with that app to talk to your teacher so that you can email and CC me. And I'm just like, can I just text her? Can I just text her? That'd be great. Yeah? No? But there is an app that allows you to follow each and every grade. It's called Power School. At least that's what we use over here.
Mm-hmm.
And it allows you you look in there and you're like, hey, you have 4 zeros. Why? Teacher hasn't graded it. Hasn't graded it yet.
They haven't put in the grades yet. They said they're working on it.
Yeah. And I'm like, but it's a 0.
Yeah, they put
That
a
looks
0
like a
in.
grade. That looks like a grade to me. Oh, yeah, they just put that. Although we did run into that.
So, I mean, okay,
Excuse me.
because it's one of those, the boy that cried wolf, right? Because we deal with that too, right? Oh, they haven't graded yet. Well, they put a grade in.
Right.
But Layla's teacher, now we're dealing with the opposite of a
Mhm.
teacher in a program, because she's a permanent sub. And don't get me wrong, listen to me. Teachers work their asses off. They have to deal with these kids all day, and kids are not the easiest. Kids, you're so
For the video. Go, keep going.
can't do
Sorry.
that.
I am embarrassed.
He just held up his cup and
It's Texas. We'll give
yeah,
you.
but people listen to
very
this on the
somber day.
podcast, so they can't see when you do that. So
For the
people are
elephant.
missing out. and you're distracting. I have ADHD.
Squirrel. Carry on.
I lose my train of thought, and now it's gone.
Talk about Layla's teacher who, for
I
some,
wonder why I'm on day 3 of my period and want to kick your ass. I mean, but
don't say that, Mom. Cody would be the first one. Layla's teacher, whom you had to have.
you stole my thunder. You tell the story.
I'll take it. You had to have first an email conversation with, which again, I always tell her that's always the first thing. I was like, you need to handle this when it comes to talking to the teachers, because we always start the school year off the same way. I tell them off the bat, I'm on your teacher's side. I'm on your teacher's side. So if she or he says something, that is the truth. I don't care what your reasoning is. You better have some, like, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Right. And that's, I mean, we started that from Noah. It's
Right.
like, we're on teacher side first.
Yes, because and in fairness, it started with, I mean, obviously I knew how I was. I was not a good student like you were. I was a bit of a class clown,
That's
if you could
teacher's
believe
pet.
it. But I was still a teacher's pet because I was funny. And, I made a lot of jokes. But anyways, I knew how much of a jerk I was. So off the bat, whenever kids are like, oh, well, the teacher is the one doing this, I'm like, stop it. So whenever Layla said the teacher put in zeros for grades that papers weren't even due yet. Also, this is a self-paced class. How are things due if it's self-paced? The whole purpose, per my experience of self-paced, is you do it at your self-paced, right? Would make sense. She's got zeros for assignments that are due in 2 weeks. And it's like, well, hold on now. She has an F in this class, which is a college class, by the way. She's a junior in high school. She's taking a college class, and they're giving her an F because she's got a zero for something that's due in 2 weeks. And then when you reached out, she was like, oh, they're just placeholders.
Right. So, and this is where I'll come back in because I had this conversation.
Thunder rolls right back to you.
Oh my God. Okay. I can't with you today in this episode. I can't.
In fairness, you told me to be a little more animated because I said real dead last time. And that's not really the real me. This is a heck of a lot more real me.
I know.
So now you're all distracted. Do you want me to continue or you got it back?
I got it. It's back. I was on the phone with this lady, and normally I make these calls, right? Again, first and foremost on the teacher's team. But I wrote an email. I wrote an email, and in the email I just said, hey, this is what's happening. Why is my daughter receiving these grades for assignments that show they're not even due till April? What is going on?
In fairness, the only reason we care, she is in sports. She runs track.
Yeah.
And
and it's affecting her eligibility to run track. And these are assignments that aren't due yet, so why does she have an F in them? And basically told me, well, the principal said that because it takes ASU so long to grade these assignments, they need to have them turned in 4 weeks in advance. And that's why she told me that if they weren't turned in, we have to give them zeros. And I'm like, whoa, but she still has time to turn them in? Well, yeah, but they have to be zeros because we have to hold the kids accountable. I was like, okay, I understand holding the kids accountable, but now you're affecting my daughter's eligibility in sports. And so we were going back and forth in this because I was like, okay, what does your syllabus? Does your syllabus say that they have to be turned in 4 weeks ahead of time? Because I went into my contracting brain. Because see, in the Air Force, I was a contract specialist. I know terms and conditions. I know all of those things.
Biggest difference between you and me, you went into your contracting brain. I went into my Bluey's dad's brain. And why should I care? Because it's like, no. I don't care what ASU's doing. I don't care what the school's new policy, mid policy, because like you said, if it's not in the syllabus, it don't exist. So that's why I was like, and why should I care? Why should my daughter be punished? Get a zero, that's punishment, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Why should she be punished because of your new policy?
Right. And that's what I said. Well, when I asked her, no, there's no policy. And I'm like, okay, so then why is my daughter being punished? She's, well, it's not punishment. I'm like, if you're giving my daughter a zero, she's getting an F, then she's ineligible to run. So yes, you are punishing my daughter for something that she hasn't even had a chance to do yet. And so at that point, she was like, well, I guess we're at an impasse. And I guess that I'm going to have to we're going to write this email. And I'm like, yes, please write this email. Let me know that this is what you're doing improperly and how you're doing it. And blah, blah. She's like, well, they allowed me to give take off those grades as long as she turns in her work next week, which, mind me, Like she was, but the fact is,
She
do not be
procrastinates.
giving the zeros. What?
She procrastinates.
Yeah, she procrastinates. She's gonna do it. She's like, is she gonna turn it? I'm like, she is my best student out of all my kids. If I trust any of them to turn something in, it's gonna be Layla. I said, so she's like, the way she has questioned me, I was getting so frustrated. Either way, the second they took off those zeros, her grade immediately went to an A.
Mhm.
From an F to an A.
Correct.
It was so frustrating. Do you think she wrote me the email?
No.
No, she didn't. But Layla's like, I'm done with this class.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna turn everything in and be done with it.
She's
Because
re-
it's self-paced and you can turn it in.
She went from like 11% done to like 75% done over a weekend. And I was like,
But also,
I know,
Layla,
dude, just do your work.
just do the work.
But again, just like with Gordy, just like with all of them. Like I said, pick a kid. Mariano right now, he ain't got his phone.
Mm-mm.
He
He
can't.
got his
turn it.
Xbox and
He
got
got
his TV.
Nothing. Why?
Because he's got one more D, but he had D's. He had an F and he had three D's.
D's.
He had missing assignments.
Missing assignment.
And I was like, did you turn them in? Did you do this? Did you write the email? Oh yeah. I was like, okay, then which assignments did you do it for this one? He's like, which one is that? I was like, obviously you didn't because you don't know what it was. So yeah,
Teenagers.
Ah,
Kill me.
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's like we go through it and it happens every quarter. Every quarter. And when will they learn? The thing about it is Noah did learn. Noah didn't learn though until his senior year of high school.
Oh.
And the look on our faces when we went to the football banquet,
The football banquet.
and they're announcing the academic awards,
All district
academic awards,
academic.
and they say Noah Hermosillo. We're like,
who? That's my kid.
and he stands up and he's smiling and gets his little award. And I'm like,
He got a little trophy thing, like a plaque.
how? What you did? I was like so proud.
Yeah, but I wanted to kick him.
Because why didn't you do that this whole
Doing
time?
this the whole time.
Yeah, I
And
don't know.
Mrs. Doubtfire for you.
Yeah,
That was so annoying.
it was so annoying. I'm like, just come on, just get it. Get like.
I always took care of my own grades when I was in high school.
Mhm.
I never, I don't think my mom got a call once.
No.
In fairness, they had to call the house. And we didn't have no answer machine. So, like, if you ain't catching us, you ain't catching us. But they have my mom's work number, I'd assume.
But I think the thing is too is like I didn't either. I don't think my grade ever went below a C ever.
I did, but because of not turning in my work. Then my teachers, again, because I made everybody laugh, were very quick to say, okay, fine, you can turn it in. And we had the split schedule where it's A day, B day, and A day, B day, A bay.
Hey baby.
Baby. It was, talking about squirrel. It was, the classes were like an hour and a half long. So to get an assignment, especially whenever the day itself is like a makeup day or whatever, I had the day. And then I was very flirty. So
With the teachers?
oh, sure, but no, not.
You know, I wouldn't put that by you.
No, me neither. But no, I was flirty with like the girls that I sat around,
Okay.
and one of them that sat in front of me, tap her on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, oh wait, there was somebody
there's a
before me.
there's someone you flirted with.
No, it's all right.
Mhm.
Don't even get me started with you. Don't even get me started. I can't even watch 51st Dates anymore.
Why?
Date.
Why?
Get out of here with some whatever. Some dude.
My first. We were talking about movie dates earlier.
No, you brought it up.
Oh, it's because we were talking. We were
Impactful
listening
movies.
to impactful movies,
Friday Night Lights. Shut up.
and then we were talking about
What was the first movie?
Your first movie.
Mhm.
Your first movie you ever went to,
Right, The Lion King.
and mine was Pocahontas.
Right.
And then we were talking about what was the first movie.
My mom
like,
cried at The Lion King because Mufasa died.
Well, yeah, of course, everybody did.
I didn't.
You laugh.
No, I'm not you.
But
Dear God.
yeah, then we talked about what was your first date
Yeah, I have no
movie,
idea.
and you couldn't remember because it was 50 First Dates.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Hate it now.
Anyway, see, we get off topic. Too easy. Too easy.
This is us, bro. What are you gonna do? But yeah, what were we talking about? The kids.
The
don't
kid.
treat-
We were taking care of
I
ourselves.
took care of my own grades.
You were getting flirty.
If
Just
because the girl, yes,
Okay.
and she gave me, she let me copy off of her all her graded assignments that were already graded.
Wow.
So I just grabbed them.
What a. See you next Tuesday.
Sure, she was beautiful and she probably smelled like cinnamon. I have But yeah, I walked in with like a 60 in that class, and I walked out with like a 94 because she gave me full credit for all of the paper. I took care of my own stuff,
Yeah.
and I was usually really good. And I mean, at the end of the day, I graduated from honor society.
Yeah.
I was top 7% of my class. I had no
Yeah.
idea. I didn't know that stuff was like important.
Yeah.
7%.
I was top 8%. That's
Ah,
pretty cool.
and I'm pretty sure our schools were the same size.
There's no competition here.
Yeah. What was your
We're just
graduation?
friends.
What was your graduating class? What
Oh,
was
I graduated a year early
I did too, bro.
at top 8%.
Same.
That's a lie.
I did.
You said a semester early.
The only reason I didn't do a full year was
Wait,
because
so then which class were you top 7%? The senior class or the junior class?
my senior class.
Hmm.
I was still classified as my 2004
Mhm.
graduating.
Oh,
Dang.
you're old.
Oh. Anyways,
But
you're
yeah.
8.
No. Anyways, that was your
Yeah,
early.
top 7.
No, it's top 8. I'm not gonna be like. Anyways.
Can't. That's why. Yeah, no, I was definitely still am. I think the smartest. My family.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you not including me though? Because
No.
I'm smarter.
It depends on what we're talking about.
It's true. It's like,
You didn't know that today was the Alamos.
yeah, you're pretty good at history. Snow's fast for me. Hate history.
Love it. Math,
History.
me.
I'm good at math.
Science, what up?
Yeah, I'm okay at science, except for chemistry. Chemistry is pretty difficult.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
That was really hard.
I was.
Biology, all day.
Yeah, biology was good.
Chemistry, you put so many numbers.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I'm good at math. I don't understand.
I don't know. I think it's just like the mixture of the letters, but it's not like algebra because I think I was really good at algebra, but this isn't algebra. It's like you have to know the counts of the atoms and the electrons and and how they mix.
Red jacket, green jacket, who gives up?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No, I was good there. But yeah, anyways, I was good in school. I think Gordy's going to be good in school because he's already like super advanced. When we go to his parent teacher conferences, his teacher's just like, nah, he's the dude.
Yeah,
Everybody loves him.
which is good.
He's hilarious. He's his daddy.
He's just stubborn. He's so stubborn.
Just like me, man. Sorry.
I think we'll have to keep on him about doing his work.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, he's gonna it's gonna be easy for him. He just is gonna be like annoyed that he has to do it.
Yeah.
And I think like all of our kids get easily annoyed with us when we make them do things.
Yes.
They don't understand.
Right.
And they don't appreciate
right
those things that we're doing and helping them do.
That we didn't get.
No, yeah.
In fairness, there was no emphasis put on our parents' education, so why should they emphasize ours? My mom was just like, you just need to graduate high school. High school and boom, you got it.
I mean, mine was the opposite though. She just expected me to do really well and I better bring home good grades.
Right, but was there any consequences for not?
But it just wouldn't happen. I always brought home good grades. But the thing is when my sister started bringing home bad grades,
there was no consequences.
They just moved schools or they did other things or, it just wasn't as, like for me, and maybe I put it in my own head that I was going to be in a lot of trouble if I didn't get good grades. Maybe it was the threat of it.
Created your own narrative without any kind of evidence to back said narrative. You've never done it before. That is wild. Why would you do that in high school?
And I think for me, growing up, I was always like just afraid to not get good grades, so I always got good grades because I think my mom always. You expected. Yeah, for the most part.
Rule follower, you had to be because if not, then you were gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, and I was afraid of getting in trouble.
By nobody.
By nobody.
Correct.
By the unknown of what trouble might be.
Might be.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I'll say it again. Nerd.
Right. But I think our kids, I think the way we are on our kids about these things is we just know that the potential we could have had, possibly, who knows where we would have went. But the attention, if we were given that extra attention growing up. Because I think to a certain point, and I don't ever put the blame because I've been through a lot of therapy now and gone through and understand now growing up. And, my parents were learning how to parent themselves. They were also young parents. They were going through their own things as well and didn't know how to not translate that to us.
Right.
But now I understand that. So I see that they were doing the best they could, that they thought they were doing, right? So now,
Right.
in terms, we're doing the best we can, trying to break the generational, things that our parents did or didn't do for us.
Right.
So we saw that. So now we're trying to do those things for our
That's
kids.
why I don't miss a game. I'm going to every game possible, every practice. I'm involving myself. It was difficult to not have support in that aspect, but we weren't a sports family.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing. You
Right.
guys were a sports family.
Yeah, I mean, they were pretty much at everything.
Yeah. And it's hard. How do you teach your kids to appreciate everything that we're doing for them and like without taking it away?
Right. Well, and that's the hardest thing, is because we want them to be appreciative. We want them to see the things that they could, but we also don't want to give them trauma and take it away,
Right.
right? Or cause some of those things that we went through,
Right.
though resilient and though we are doing okay. We
Sure.
don't want, we still have, still had to go through therapy and,
Look at me.
and things and
Look at me.
understanding and so how do you teach your kids that appreciation?
Where we literally, like you and I, we take trips together. We go and do stuff on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're filling our relationship cup,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to make sure that it doesn't involve the children. We go in, we're doing our own things like Vegas or go to Nashville with friends or whatever. Right? We go do things, but we always every year, eh, since we've had 2 dimes to rub together, that's a poor person anyway. To
That sounds kind of dirty.
How'd you turn 2
I don't
dimes?
know.
I mean, dime pieces.
You
Maybe.
said 2 dimes to rub
Dime
together.
pieces,
The way
but
you
that's
say it.
different.
Anyways, since we had 2 dimes to rub together.
Maybe that's a southern thing. I don't know. We have planned, like we're going to take them somewhere.
Mhm.
Even when we didn't have that much money, we still made sure like we'll just go on a staycation to Phoenix, go watch some baseball, which is what we're doing this weekend. Can't wait. Did it last weekend. Doing it again this weekend. I would do it every weekend if I could, but I can't.
Stay on track.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
How do you make them appreciate all of these things that we do for them until, like, I'm sure Noah's probably looking at his bank account and thinking like, I want to fly home or I want to, do this, do that. And it's like, God dang, how did they do that? We had 5 kids.
Mhm.
For a long time, it was just 4. But I mean, now it's 3 teenagers,
Mhm.
2 of them boys, won't stop eating. Gordy's not much better. He just can't eat as much, but he
Mhm.
also won't stop eating. Layla, thankfully, eats like a bird. So that's not that big of a deal, but it's a ton of money to even go on our staycations, to go and do, the little things in Phoenix or here or whatever. And how do you make them be like, man, this is great. My parents
Mhm. Yeah,
always
because you
there
catch them
doing
sometimes being like,
things.
okay, now what?
Oh my God, now what?
Like, we
Now
just
what are
did
we
all
gonna
of
do?
these things and now what?
Oh yeah.
You're not appreciative of everything we already did. Now what?
Football season starts immediately after we usually plan our summer trip. And I took Mariano last year to go buy new cleats because you need new cleats. If its foot's getting bigger, they rip, whatever. Excuse me. I tell him, all right, your limit, I think it was like $120 that I said, or $100 for cleats. For cleats, not everyday shoes. Practice football cleats for your feet, the game. And my boy looked at me, he goes, that's it? I said, we can make it 0. You can use your old cleats or none, tennis shoes you want. And he was like, ooh, 100 sounds good. Immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately changed it. But he legitimately was like, that ain't enough.
Yeah.
$100 for
I mean,
cleat?
even with Gordy, like we'll go like eat out and we'll go to these activities. Like, okay, well, what are we going now? What are we gonna do now? And you're like, we just did a bunch of things. When we went to Disneyland, where did we go? We went
Never
somewhere,
forgot.
and he's like, I didn't have any fun. What do you mean you didn't have any fun?
Right. Because
Because he's saying that because he thinks that because he didn't have fun doing that, he can do something else.
We'll go do something else.
Yeah.
And he always says when we go pick him up from your mom's house, I said, did you have fun at Tata Mike's in Mima's house? No. He says no because he thinks saying no, like, okay, well, let's go back
Yeah.
to now you can have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't understand the concept, but he's 5.
Yeah.
The other 3
Yeah.
that are still
Because they've all done it. They all done it.
still do it.
there's times, and the thing is like, we try, I guess it's learning to how to show appreciation to them for what they do for us.
Mhm.
And I think by us giving them so much, that's like, this is how we show our appreciation for you guys being good kids,
Right.
for you guys, like Layla helping out with the baby and making dinners. When you need something, I'm buying it for you.
Right.
You want something? Here you go.
$100 cleats,
Yeah.
running shoes
These
for
are the
track,
things. So they don't
bikes for track.
realize those things, because the second we tell them, because here's the other issue,
hmm
we tell them no,
Oh my God.
it's the world's over. And it's the
You
older
don't-
ones, it's like not so much fits, but fits. Like, they get into these moods or this attitude, and you're like, and we have to like bring them back down. Like, we just did all of this for you. Look at all this stuff we pay for you. What more? We tell you no, or you're doing this, and this is the reaction or the attitude.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think they realize it because we just had a couple of spats, one with Mariana, one with Layla,
hmm
where you see their attitudes change. After we have the big blowout, after the whole conversations are had, and we go off on all of these things, and why do we have to get to that level of going off for them to
Right.
understand it? But once we get to that level, it's like, okay, now they see it. And now they're understanding, like, oh. But it's not a, I'm sorry. It's not a, okay, I get it. We don't have those follow-up conversations.
Nope.
And I'm wondering if we should start having those follow-up conversations so they are understanding it, rather than, okay, everything's fine now.
Are we taking votes for this, or
What do you mean?
I'm perfectly fine with just being
Not
like,
having, yeah, I know that's you.
Yeah.
That's you, because you would like to rather just carry on like nothing's wrong. But I think it's so important when it comes to any relationship and
Mhm.
any kind of, even like with us,
Yeah.
is to have that follow-up conversation that there's an understanding.
But-
Because I don't think if you don't have that follow-up conversation, that there's an understanding
Mhm.
in what we just went through, then it's going to happen again.
With you, I 100% prefer to have that because I intend to be with you until I die. That's the intention.
Right, but I think teaching that to our kids
No,
is
I agree.
important.
Yeah, but I'm teaching them everything else.
I know you have to. You
Golly.
have to. But I think that's the thing we need to do, is have those follow-up conversations. Hey, it got heated. I know we said some words, but I just want to make sure you understand where we're
Mhm.
at. Or we can come to a happy middle, like we do, to say, we may not agree in this, but fortunately, I'm your parent, and you still.
What is it, unfortunately for them, because of the fact it's like in our relationship, you can't be like, unfortunately for you, I'm right and I win. And it's like, for the kids, it's unfortunately for you, I make the rules and you gotta abide.
Follow the
And that's it.
rules.
Because if not, I'm gonna take everything away.
Yeah.
And we give you everything.
Right. And again, they're not bad kids.
No.
They do really well.
Except for Gordy.
Yeah, no, he's a great kid. Yes, he is. He's such a great kid. He's not bad. They just, I think they fall into those emotions. They
Yeah.
fall into these little things where
Hormones.
it's hormones,
I
it's
get it.
kids, they're learning, and it's just teaching them and walking them through it.
It doesn't want to make me kick them any less.
Right. But you are doing great at working on that. You are.
Debatable.
I know. Every time we go through these episodes, my Nana's like, "Do you hit them?"
Did she
Because
have-
the way David
she
talks, it
I
sounds
promise
like
I don't hit my kids.
you hit them. As much as you deny it on the air,
Yeah.
it sounds like you hit them.
Sounds good.
Nana asked that the other day. My Nana, she was watching it, and she was like,
She's 81.
"Oh, do you hit them?" It's like, "Oh, Nana, David just talks about it all the time. He
Should
doesn't
hit him.
hit
Oh, I
them."
should.
No. I like to send him. I watch a lot of these reels on Instagram about like parenting and the proper
Skip right
like
by.
way to do it. And
Skip.
no, you don't.
Yeah.
You really.
That was me blowing a raspberry and throwing a thumbs down. Anywho, I think we do a really good job. I am leaps and bounds better at talking to my kids, actually letting them have a voice in a conversation. All that's like, there's no such thing. It's shut up because I told you so, because I said so.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here
Mm-hmm.
because I said so. And now it's like I've learned sometimes because I said so is a thing.
Yeah.
I said so, you can get your butt up and
But
do it.
that's after like you've already explained it, because you do try.
Sure.
You're like, hey, you need to do this, bud, because of XYZ.
Mhm.
Bud, if you don't listen, this is XYZ. And then it's like still nothing. It's mostly Gordy because the older kids already know. And you do it again. He's like, because I said so. And then like, okay.
And then I ended it
changed.
with now, and then he cries.
Yeah. But he still goes and does whatever. But he's crying. He still just goes. So there are those because I said so as a parent where you have to just draw that boundary and that line.
Right.
Because you are the parent, you are the authority over your child.
But I feel the reason that it was said to us before is because they didn't want to take the time to explain it.
Yeah.
Even though
They
there
didn't
was an explanation.
understand that it matters to like kind of explain it.
Yeah.
Like we understand now, which again, they didn't know.
Right.
Because, they weren't taught how to be parents. There's
Correct.
no like book. I mean, there are books, but it's different with every kid, like we talked about
Not
before.
in the 80s.
In the
as Corey always
80s.
says, the 80s, when I tell him when I was born. You know what? Jerk.
But I just don't, I think they're, even within those books and even within all of these methods, it's different for every kid, for every person, for every relationship. Like it's just different. And it's learning how to navigate. That's not easy. And we're all humans. And if you don't get a handle on your own emotions before you start dealing with someone else's emotions, it's not going to be pretty.
Right.
And I think for us is we're just trying to learn and be healthier in those emotions and healthier in managing them.
Sure.
We're not perfect. I mean, I'll lose my marbles every once in a while.
It's not very often.
It's not. But when it is, it is.
Yeah.
Because I'll go off. Because there's very little. It takes a lot to get me to lose my marbles. Like,
Yeah.
it takes a lot.
Quite a bit.
So if you got me there,
Significant amount of attitude.
it's probably because whatever you did, either I already told you I don't like it, or I already asked you for something,
Right.
or we already went over this. So if I did it, it's because all those things happened already, and you just tipped it over.
I can't wait till they, grow up and have to deal with the same things that we are dealing with, and I'm just going to be like,
Oh, with their kids?
oh boy, can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know. We had the conversation. I called my mom because we just had, like, I was talking about these couple of spats we had with Layla and
Mhm.
Mariano with just rules and things. And I was talking to my mom on the phone about it, and her and my stepdad were just laughing.
Yeah.
They're sitting there on the other end, just laughing
Just-
away.
Yep. Dr. Mike has 3 daughters as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he is well versed in the hormones.
So they get it, and they're just laughing. And
And
my
you
mom,
guys
as
have
we
to
get off
be
the phone, she goes, "Have fun. Going back to your crazy house."
It was great. Speaking of your parents, your mom and stepdad, we get to hang out with them again this weekend.
Yes.
We're gonna go to NASCAR, boy. Can't
Making
wait.
another left turn.
Another left turn. I'm not a NASCAR fan, man, but I have to tell you what, Dr. Mike, and he is there's a racer, there's a driver here from Tucson. His name's
Mhm.
Alex Bowman, number 48. And he, like me, engulfs us in his interests, and us, like our kids, just humor him. We're like, let's go. My
And
kids.
we're NASCAR fans now.
We
For
are.
Alex Bowman.
We are. We go watch NASCAR when it comes to Phoenix,
Uh-huh.
and
We'll watch it on TV now.
we'll watch it on TV every once in a while. Whenever there's literally nothing else on, we'll watch it on TV. But we'll put it on.
Yeah.
in the
But we
past,
understand it now. I think
and
that's the
we
cool part
understand
is we
the
see
three
it.
stages,
We understand it. Like
points.
we're watching, especially if Bowman's like up top, we're like,
Yeah.
cheering and stuff. So it's just it was definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
It's nothing that we watch.
But it's a really cool experience to go to the
Mhm,
race. It's a
mhm.
lot of fun. I mean, me and Tata Mike just in there drinking, and that part. There's nothing like spending too much money on beer that you can go get so much cheaper at the Circle K down the street and drink it at the house and watch the race. Like being there and the
Well,
smells of the food that
And they
got,
always
and
set
it's-
us up right at the starting line, finish line.
Yeah, finish
It's the
line.
same.
Yeah.
And it's so cool because you get to see the startup, and
Mima
then you
always
get
gets the tickets for us. I
Yeah.
don't pay for them, but
but you get to see the startup of the
Mhm.
race, and then you get to see the finish.
right.
And it's so
crashes.
cool.
Oh man, it's nuts.
It's crazy.
It's a lot of fun.
What is it? Ricky Bobby? What's the movie's out? Is it Ricky Bobby? Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
There you go. When Molly Shannon, her character's like, I can feel it.
The
It's just like
vibration.
vibration.
Yes, yeah,
That's very much
that's
so.
the best. It's great. But we get to go do that. We're gonna go several family members with that one. I
Mhm.
know a lot of people are coming. But then we're also going to go watch the Texas Rangers.
Spring training. I know
go.
we talked about it last time.
We had so much fun. We went to it with my brother and Nicole, our
a friend.
a friend, and she's, you know what, she's kind of a dirtbag, but
No, she's not.
no, she's great. And we got to, she was in our wedding and everything. We got to go sit and watch some baseball.
Mm.
cheer on my favorite players.
But now where the kids are going to go, so we take I mean, you've gone longer than me to
Yes,
spring training every year.
right.
Um,
I mean, since like 2006, I think. Yeah, that was like my first spring training game.
spring training,
Mhm.
yeah. So you've been going every year since then,
Almost.
almost every year.
Yeah.
But ever since we've been together,
Right.
we've gone every year, except for I think one year,
COVID
which
year.
was the COVID. No, we went 2020. It was 2021 when they weren't having people
That's
in
what I
the
said.
stadium.
That was the technical COVID year because they were still
Yeah.
in 2020 when we went. Nothing had been shut down yet.
We went right before they shut
before.
everything down.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Cristiano had COVID at the game.
Probably.
So,
Yeah.
didn't know. Our bads. But we went right before they shut it down. So we went in 2020, but
Mhm.
then we didn't go in 2021, but we went every year. So we've gone every single year that we've been together.
And every year since Gordy's been around, we try to take that same photo that we took when we took him to his first game, his little backwards Texas hat, and then you ended up getting it like painted for me or whatever. And
I
hanging.
painted it for you.
Yeah, on your little.
Yeah.
But I'm saying you ended up getting it printed.
Printed, yeah.
It's hanging in my loft. It is the most adorable picture. But I plan on trying to take that photo with
Every
him
year. I hope
every
when
year.
he's 20, you're holding him on
I'm
your
going
hip
to do my best
to pick him up.
to lift. I mean, who knows how big he'll be when he's that age. But I'm going to do my best to recreate the photo every year.
Yeah.
And it'll be hopefully our thing from here
And
on
it's
out.
fun. I love it. That's my favorite, one of our favorite
Yeah.
things that we do every year.
So much fun.
What is it called?
Spring training?
No, it's called a thing you do every year with your family.
Tradition.
Tradition. There you go. I was like, what was the word? It's a concussion.
Oh, yeah. It's a Herm family tradition.
No, it's our tradition, and I
Yeah.
love it. It's one of my favorite traditions. Going to spring training every year,
Absolutely.
taking the kids, seeing how much they've grown throughout the years. They haven't all always been able to go with us every year,
Right.
but
To having a split home.
yeah, split homes, which it is what it is.
Right.
But just to see them and then be part of it, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I have fun doing that.
Can't wait.
I
We're
know.
gonna
It's exciting.
What are
Another
they?
year.
another year.
But yeah,
Another game.
another year. Another year.
See?
I think it's fun too, getting to see all the big players up close. Like you get to see they're right there in front of
Well,
you.
so there's because some of them are like massive,
Yeah.
like Bumby. I mean, he's a beast. He's just a monster of a man. And then you see like some of these pitchers walking by, and you're just like, you look like my
Yeah.
librarian, or like my math teacher
Yeah.
or something. But you throw 100 miles an hour, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. The kids always run down trying to get autographs.
Try.
Every autograph that I've ever had has been gotten by one of my kids.
Yeah. The kids go up there and
because
do
they
it.
don't pay attention to the adults.
No.
Like, get out of here,
It's
weirdo.
but they stopped since COVID, I think, really signing things, which is kind of sad. I see like the rookies or like the people that aren't so
Yeah.
famous signing stuff, which is kind of cool, but I still miss when like other guys would come up and sign the stuff for the kids. But it is what it is.
I just hope this is something that the kids get to be like, man, that was always a lot of fun. And then they build something like that with their kids. Maybe join us for us, bring their kids.
Yeah.
and
Keep
all
with
that
the
kind of stuff.
tradition.
Right.
Either way, we're going to be there.
No, for sure.
Always, every year.
100%.
So if you ever want to join us, we'll be at spring training.
We'll be at spring training. Yeah,
Every-
just shoot us a DM and we'll
Just come on by.
coordinate. Right. You'll have to buy me a beer though. I'm not buying you.
Oh, that's rude.
Why?
Wait, me?
No. Well, yeah, you.
Oh, whoever you're inviting.
Right.
Understood.
Correct.
Better
Just
buy me
know
a
if you're
beer.
going to be coming out, hanging out with us, you're buying me a beer.
Me?
Oh my God.
The people.
Catch up, bud. Catch up. Good. 9/11. All right. I think that is the end of our episode.
Is it?
Do you have anything else for me?
Well, I wanted the one thing, because we were talking about the generations and our generations and back in the day, that we were talking about earlier is like, it ain't what it used to be. Like something that we did before and in the past
Sure.
when we were younger that is just not
But
like
what
that
you
anymore.
what you enjoyed.
Yeah. Something that you enjoyed and it
Mhm.
was like, oh, this was great. Or just something that you would have to do back in the day that you don't do anymore.
Right.
What is something that you have?
Switch a CD.
Oh, switching out CDs.
Yeah. Remember we had like the books and you were a baller if you had one of them zipper binders that had the slots for all your CDs, and most of them were mixtapes. Like, let's be fair, because you burned them.
Old mixed CDs.
It's a mixtape.
Is that a
Nobody's
tape?
ever called it a mixed CD. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Even the mixtape that I made for you whenever you went on deployment said mixtape.
Did it really?
It did, 100%.
That's funny.
Yeah, but on a blank CD, burned the CD.
Did you risk
And you
an
always had-
STD for your computer
Oh,
for
I'm like,
me?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, LimeWire, what up? But everybody had a friend that either had a burner or you were the one that had the
Mhm.
CD burner, And you'd go by. I remember we had Limp Bizkit, bro, Eminem. Oh, that was the best. To where you're like, okay, when you're tired of the song, you get through the 4 or 5 good songs that are on the CD, and then you swap it. You pull your binder out at the red light, and
Oh
then
my God, at the
you
red light.
swap it out, and then you put in your next one, and then you're jamming again while we're cruising down Clements in Odessa. Shout out.
What was
over
your
on-
car club
Oh,
called?
ex-con? Oh my goodness! Don't even get me started. Well, you know what? That's a topic for another episode. But yeah, great times. That'd be what I miss the most as far as like what we don't do anymore. Now you just skip. I got 4,000 songs in my phone, and
But it's, you
I
don't
could click
enjoy-
a button and have my phone play any song that's in my library. And if it's not in my library, as long as I got internet connection, it'll find it. And
Yeah. And I'm like, or it's funny though, we're going through a bad signal or something and the sound goes out. I'm like, your CD skipped.
Your CD skip. This is terrible.
You don't have anti-skip. Dang it.
Sorry, it's an old truck.
Uh,
What's yours?
Mine is whenever like we would have sleepovers with my cousins
Mhm.
and we would do like shows. We would put together like these
Oh,
performances
right.
for like our families, or even like we'd have barbecues or whatever.
Yeah.
Always, whatever opportunity I could take, I put together
A
a
performance.
performance. Either be
The
dancing.
show must go on.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Me and my cousin Amanda, like we would put together like these extravagant shows for our families. We would do that, or like I would put together. I would get all because I was the oldest cousin on my mom's side, so I'd get all of my little cousins together and be like, "This is what we're doing." Like I would choreograph like 4 or 5 like Disney songs, and then make them all dance, and then I dance with them, and it was so much fun.
I bet you
Just
your
kids don't. I mean, they have the TikToks and
your
all that
poor
stuff these days.
parents had to sit through a 4 Disney song performance. When in
They
reality,
loved
after
it.
the first one, they were probably, "Oh my God, that's so cute." The
They
second one, they're like, "Okay, well, that was cute too." And
loved
then the
it.
third one, they're like, "Hey, go give me another beer. Yeah, go give me another beer, please." And you're just like, "My word." Oh,
They
your
loved
Nana
it.
probably.
Oh, my Nana. My
Everybody
Tata
else-
loved it
Oh,
too.
sure.
Everybody loved it.
That's your grandpa.
Everybody loved it.
I don't know about your
Everybody
parents.
loved my
And
productions.
he knows, and you're just like, "It's another song. Here we go." Okay.
It was great. No,
No,
my
I've seen the
favorite. There was
videos.
one was my favorite. We did a show where we pre-recorded it. This was for Christmas. So we pre-recorded interviews.
Yep.
We pre-recorded like us talking. Me and my cousin hosted it. Me and my cousin Ely were the hosts, right? And so like we would do performances. My sisters and my other cousins, they do performance, and then so we would pause on the screen because in real life, because live on Christmas Day, they're doing the actual performance.
Right.
So then we're sitting there on the screen like this, right? So then my cousins or whatever would leave from actual live performance. They would go into my Nana's room and then they'd show up on the screen and then we're doing the interview with them. It was
I've
the
seen it.
best.
I think
It
I've
was
seen
called,
those
it was like the
videos.
best variety show ever.
I don't know. But
Well, if you were to watch the video now, you wouldn't see the live performance.
oh.
Wouldn't that be funny if we
Or
redid it?
you could get.
Oh my God. Because now we're all old.
You
And
have
then
a lot
like,
you have those cousins.
What a
Most of those
nice
cousins are still around, hanging out in Tucson.
I'm gonna call Lena because Lena was a baby. She was like 3 years old, and or no, 2 years old. She was tiny, and she was barely learning how to like talk. So
Mhm.
she was like about two, right? So she'd come and sit with me and Neely and be like, and blah, 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 blah. And she'd like her little baby talk with the
Yeah.
interviews. Oh my gosh. It
What is
was
she like?
so fun.
24 now? 22?
Yeah,
She's up
something
there.
like
Yeah.
But
She
yeah,
graduated
we
college. and
need
everything.
to. That's great. You know what? I'm gonna go look into that right now.
We need to go back to your Nana's house and watch some of those videos.
Yeah, let's do that.
She loves it.
Let's go do that now. Well, anyways, that is our episode.
I gotta go to baseball practice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
baseball practice.
Yes. Go Rangers. Let's go.
Let's go. And what was it? You were like trying to come up with a tagline.
Big Shoe coach's pitch. Oh, the tagline.
Yeah.
Let's get to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Let's get to the tagline.
Well, that's
okay?
the end of our episode.
Right. Here we
All
go.
right.
Wait.
So-
Go. Wait. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say my last word. Okay. Bye, everybody. Here. Now
Got it.
your tagline.
All right. So that's the end of our episode. Thank you. You guys have been wonderful guests. And we got stuff to do, so we need y'all to leave. So bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.